Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review. And I've been uploading a video or two lately because I've been busy with other things. But now I'm back on and doing another movie review. And for this movie review, and the other video I'll be doing, I'm gonna be reviewing the Captain America movies as the first one I have right here, which I'll be reviewing Captain America: The First Avenger. Because Captain America: Civil War is right around the corner, so figure out get these two ones. So first I'll go do the review of this film, and then the next video I'll do is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So, but going off with the first, so just because like I said, since Captain America: Civil War is right around the corner, when I do the reviews of these films, and I'm not doing it like I said before. Probably if I said this before though, but I won't do the review of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in order. It'll just take too much time, and so. But I'll just review what I want to review next. So getting into it, Captain America: The First Avenger came out in the summer of 2011. Directed by Joe Johnston, who I've always enjoyed, since Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, The Rocketeer, Jumanji. And then, of course, Jurassic Park 3, October Sky, and there was another film. It was that film. It was that film with Viggo Mortensen called Hidalgo. Forget what the film's called. It's something like that. It starred Viggo Mortensen, called Hidalgo or something like that. And then, of course, he directed the remake of The Wolfman. But of course, Jurassic Park 3 I've always enjoyed, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Jumanji, The Rocketeer, and with Captain America: The First Avenger, actually they wanted to do of course, not referring to the 1990 film because that film sucked, but did not like that movie at all. But they wanted to do like a film like this though, which all the way back in 1997 though, but there was like a lawsuit, and they haven't done it since though. They haven't talked about the film since though, but until with the Marvel films like getting now to, they brought it back up, and now originally the Jon Favreau, who directed Iron Man, was going to attach to it, or Louis Leterrier, who directed the Transport 1 and 2 and Clash of the Titans, was supposed to be directed, but they got Joe Johnston instead, and which I'm glad, because I enjoy director Joe Johnston as a director. And also, by the way, he directed the live action sequences for The Page Master as well. Forgot to mention that film. And the film came out this summer, got positive reviews, it's 79% of Rotten Tomatoes and a 6.8 IMDb. And what makes the film work is the cast. Of course, got Chris Evans as Captain Steve Rogers, Captain America. Now, of course, when I first heard they were going to do a Captain America movie of this back in 2011, before the film came out, the Chris Evans was casting as Steve Rogers. I was not sure at first because he played another Marvel character. He played Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four, which I did like him in Fantastic Four though, but I wasn't entirely sure at first because he was playing one Marvel character and he was going to play another. But honestly, with all of the Marvel films he's doing now, Chris Evans was definitely a great choice to play Captain America. I enjoy him as Captain America, love him as Captain America. Definitely now think is now the right choice to play. So I enjoy Chris Evans as Captain America, and then the other cast members, Tommy Lee Jones appears in the film as Chester Phillips. I thought he did a great job because I've always loved Tommy Lee Jones. Did a great job in the film. Hugo Weaving playing as Johann Schmidt, aka the Red Skull, the arch enemy of Captain America. I thought he did a great job playing as the Red Skull. Of course, Joe Johnston used him in the remake of The Wolfman, of course. But Hugo Weaving I thought he did a great job as the Red Skull. Hayley Atwell plays Peggy Carter. Of course, recurring roles in other Marvel films. Of course, the series Agent Carter. I thought she did really fine as Peggy Carter. And I thought, and the show Agent Carter, I never minded the show as well because with Agents of Shield stuff though, of course my brother has zero interest in Agent Carter, which I don't know why, because he's always on this kick on Marvel films, and he likes Agents of Shield, but when it comes to this one, a spinoff of just Peggy Carter, he just does not care for. But anyway, I never minded this spin-off show Agent Carter, so I thought Hayley Atwell did play Peggy Carter pretty good as well. Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, Stephen Rogers' best friend. Dominic Cooper plays Howard Stark, the father of Tony Stark. Neal McDonough as Dum Dum Dugan. Stanley Tucci as Estrin, the German scientist who helps create Captain America. Toby Jones as Arnim Zola. So overall, I thought the cast worked in the film. And one thing I'd like to say, Joe Johnston, which I thought how he shot back in the day of the 1940s, during the World Wars. I thought how he shot made it look like the old days. I thought it was it looked good. Because he did the same thing for the Rocketeer. So that the look of the 1940s was pretty good. And of course it opens with when the present first it shows the present day where they found a craft and the aircraft, something in the eyes. Of course, that's Captain America in it though. But then it cuts to back in the day. Then it shows Johann Schmidt, the Red Skull, in his place to he takes this artifact, which is the Tesseract, or really enough, it's another way called the Cosmic Cube, basically, as it's called in other parts of the comics, the Tesseract or the Cosmic Cube, and which is actually another. You find out it's another part of the Infinity Stones. He takes it, and then it cuts to New York City. Steve Rogers, so that Chris Evans. I thought it was a good effect. That's how the effects how they made Chris Evans downsize his character, because Steve Rogers is scrawny and small, because he wants to join the army, but he gets rejected every time because he wants to join the army, but he can't because due to his health and size. And so I thought with the effects how they make him look scrawny and skinny, I thought it was good looking effects as well. But Dr. Eskrin, played by Stanley Tucci, he's also a German scientist, but he's really kind-hearted to Chris Evans because he sees something in him, and he makes him sign up, and when you see him in the doing the training in the army, it's a little bit hard on him. Crawling underneath the barbed wires and running and stuff. And Tom Lee Jones as Colonel Chester Phillips. I thought he has some fun dialogue. It's like the one in the first trailer. It says, General Patton has said the wars are fought with weapons, but they are won by men. And when he sees Steve, he's like this kid's he's making me cry, and because he's talking with Stanley Tucci about his choice for the experiment that they're going to be doing with him, and he says that if he has the guts, and Tommy Lee Jones, he throws a dummy grenade and says grenade and see if what the hell the people will react, and they all just run away while Steve Rogers, he goes and jumps on the grenade. He was going to sacrifice himself, and it shows that he has the potential. And Tommy Lee Jones goes and says he's still skinny. I always loved Tommy Lee Jones. I thought he played the character Chester Phillips really great, because I always enjoyed him as an actor. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. So the one thing at least to know that they're going to take him to the place where they're going to do the test on him. He's talking with Hayley Atwell, Peggy Carter. Let's talk about how because due to his size he got beaten up a lot. There was a scene earlier he was watching a movie and this guy beats him up, who's interrupting the film on purpose, beats him up in the alleyway, and then he takes him to the place and then goes into this underground facility, and Howard Stark, the father of Tony Stark, he's part of the fantasy. He's one who helps build the stuff, and as he gets inside this capsule. Now, one thing like I said before, but a lot of people, most superhero films nowadays they tell an origin story, but I thought the origin story I was fine with the origin story of Captain America, because sometimes when you get to have an origin story, you have to explain how it became the superhero, whatever. But I was fine with the origin story, so it didn't bother me. So he gets put in the test tube, and they begin the experiments. The Dr. or Stanley Tucci says, now Mr. Stark, and this thing something starts to go wrong though, but they want to stop it. But Steve Rogers keeps saying, no, keep on going, I can do this. And then the experiment works, and now Steve Rogers is now big and buff, which Chris Evans is working with. He's still being so physically fit and buffed. And he says, and Peggy says, how do you feel? And he says, taller. And then one of the assassins, who's actually a character named Heinz Kruger. He's one of Schmidt's assassins, and sets a bomb from upstairs and then shoots Stanley Tucci. And before he dies, he tells him, does this, something like do it right here or somewhere. You use that. It was something to do with before, because the test they both had a drink and something what they had to discuss. And the guy gets away, steals it, gets in the car. Chris Evans chases the guy. Sometimes he can jump high and stuff, and the guy tries to get in a little submarine, but he gets him out of there. Says, "Who are you?" And the guy, the son says, "The first of many," and he bites on a pill, which a capsule, and commits suicide. So, and also that they also try to, because they also there to kill the Stanley Tucci, but also to steal the formula, but didn't get the formula, like it broke it somehow. Forget. I think he dropped it. And then the senator likes Captain Steve Rogers, so he puts him on the tour. Gets him into the old Captain America costume. Just to promote war bonds. To people to join the army. Now, of course, there's one nitpick I do have to say is that I do understand because he's out there singing or saying these lines, to promote the people to join the army, but the songs, the music I didn't really care for, because but even though I do get it with the saying though, but I just didn't care for the songs, or what was it called? I forget what the thing is called, to promote stuff with the music. I forget what it's called though, but no, that's one tiny nitpick though. But other than that though, and going back to with the Red Skull, him and Dr. Arnim Zola, Toby Jones, they're testing his experiment with the Tesseract, he's making weapons, and he kills like some of Hitler's men. And saying Hydra can no longer grow and stay within Hitler's shadows. Hail Hydra. So, and then he's taking prisoners, and one of them, one of the prisoners of the groups is Bucky Barnes. He's been captured, and Steve Rogers, he hears about this, and he gets Peggy and Howard Stark to help fly to the location where they're being held, and when he gets there, knocks a couple of guys out and takes one over with a shield. And then he eventually gets to the facility. He frees the prisoners, and one of them, among the prisoners, is Dum Dum Dugan. And it's like, I'm Captain America. Who are you? I'm Captain America. And he's like, don't worry. I forget what the next part of the line says, but he says, don't worry. I've knocked a Hitler on his ass like 20, 30 times. And then they'll get out. They start fighting back. And also like the Hydra soldiers. I like the look of the costumes. There's points where a couple of them have flamethrowers on them, and the weapons. Shooting. With the Tesseract weapons. If they shoot them, they disintegrate instantly. But then he finds his friend Bucky Barnes, and then of course the one thing I just is as they find out that as Johann Schmidt is bound to detonate the place, Toby Jones, Arnim Zola, he's going to try to save whatever plans he has. Of course, you see, of course, one of the Easter eggs is as he's picking on one of his blueprints. One of the designs on his blueprints is actually a design of him in the robot suit, with his face on it. That's from the comics. Just sure, a lot of people know about that Easter egg though, but just want to say it though. So yeah, one of the Easter eggs on the blueprints is a design of him in the robot suit with his face on it that was like in the comics. So Rogers and Schmidt, they meet, they talk, and they get into a bit of a fist fight because Schmidt was able to put a dent into his shield because he took the serum. He tried the formula that the Stanley Tucci's character he tested on him, and he was able to get something happened to him, and he was able to have some strength of him, and of course it affected his face as well. Of course, that's why he wore Hugo Weaving's face is just a mask. When he lifts it, he becomes the Red Skull. And the look at how he was as the Red Skull, Hugo Weaving. I thought for most part not for most part. I thought how he looked at the Red Skull was very well done because on the if you go on YouTube, you can find the making of the Red Skull. If you can watch it, I don't think it's not on the features on this thing though. But yeah, I had to look it up. If it was on this back of this thing, I'm probably just blind as a bat. But you can look it up on YouTube. This is the making of the Red Skull. It shows, for the most part, very prosthetic makeup on Hugo Weaving, except for one little bit around here when they had to digitally, especially the nose. Especially around the nose was digitized, to make it like he has no nose, because that's what the Red Skull is. He has like no nose, so they had to digitally take out most of his nose, make it like it's like how a skull is nose just has no nose. So I think they also worked it like around here, around his jaw area as well. For the little bits of CG though, for like around here, I can tolerate though. But for the most part, really good makeup, prosthetic effect of Hugo Weaving as the Red Skull. He looks like the Red Skull. I thought it was a good makeup effect. And so then he gets away, and then as he's taken on Captain America, takes his friend and all the prisoners back, and then they start setting up plans to take out all the Hydra bases, and then the Red Skull's like, "You are failing." I thought Hugo Weaving did great as Johann Schmidt, the Red Skull. So then one thing at least another is that this is after when Captain America gets his shield. There's this thing where they get to get on the train, where Arnim Zola is on, and Rogers and Bucky, they're on the train. They're taking out Hydra soldiers. An incident happens that when one Hydra soldier shoots his blasts a hole in the side of the train, and Bucky has a Cap's shield to deflect the blast, but it makes him bounce off, and he's holding on, and Steve tries to grab him, and he falls all the way down, which you thought he's dead, but of course, everyone knows he's not, because, of course, the Winter Soldier, that's how he becomes the Winter Soldier. But for this time, everyone thought he was dead, but he's not. Even Cap says thought he was dead, so. But then they managed to capture Arnim Zola. Tommy Lee Jones interrogates him. Says that his target, Schmidt's target, is everywhere, and he's making it more Tesseract bombs to destroy cities and they found a plan to get to his headquarters, where he's really at, and I thought it was a good line, another good line that when Hugo Weaving said, talking to his army of Hydra soldiers, and it was like, cut off one head, two more to take its place. Hail Hydra. Hail Hydra. The salute, the Hydra salute, whatever. Hail Hydra. So all the army comes in, starts attacking the base, but not yet. First, Captain America goes in there, and he throws his bike, which is a bomb, and then he gets surrounded when the two Hydra soldiers with flamethrowers surround him. So they capture him and takes him to the Red Skull. Red Skull hits him a couple times and asks him, because of what Stanley Tucci's character, why he selected him. Says, "What makes you so special?" And Steve says, "Nothing. I'm just a kid from Brooklyn." Hits him again. And then that's when the army starts coming in. They're taking it. Red Skull, he runs away, gets into his huge plane where the bombs are, and then he's about to go away until Peggy and Chester Phillips drive in Red Skull's car, this superpower car, and Peggy and Steve, they share a kiss, and then that was another funny moment with Tommy Lee Jones. As after they kiss, and Chris Evans looks at him, he's like, "I ain't kissing you." And then he gets on the plane, gets into the fight with some of the soldiers that were getting on the bombs, and one manages to get off though, but he manages to bring the bomb back on the plane, and then he starts a fight with the Red Skull, and then another line is the Red Skull says, "You could have the power of the gods, yet you wear a flag on your chest thinking you're fighting for a battle of nations. I have seen the future, Captain. There are no flags." And Steve says, "Not my future." And I thought it was pretty a decent fight with them. And then he gets this, and then they hit the Tesseract malfunctions, and he says, "What have you done?" "No." Picks it up. And then something starts happening, it opens up the galaxy. Of course, I forget what was it called, what was mentioned in Thor. It was not the galaxy, but I forget what the name of what it was called though. But it absorbs the Red Skull as he's screaming, "Ah!" And then look, he's not dead though. He got transported somewhere up there, and ever since then, nothing has mentioned of the Red Skull ever again. Although they have the talks that they want to bring him back though, like Hugo Weaving wants to come back as the Red Skull though, but nothing since though, And because to me the big cliffhanger thing, for me is like, where's the Red Skull? Where has he been? Where has he been after all this time? He's somewhere up there. He's not dead, so he's somewhere up there alive because he's not dead because the thing just transported him somewhere else. So where he's at, we don't know, because they haven't mentioned of bringing back nothing with a Red Skull and all these other movies. So that's a cliffhanger we're probably not gonna get to in for a long time from now. Well, it's been nearly 5 years. And still nothing with the Red Skull. So then um the autopilot has been destroyed, and Steve, and he has to crash the plane into the ice to to save the country and stuff. And I thought it was kind of a nice a conversation, because he's talking with Peggy, that they wanted they wanted to they wanted to have a dance, and they said let's plan a day, for this time. And then by the time he hits the ice, crashes, and then she thinks he's dead. And after that, Howard Stark retrieves the Tesseract, or the Cosmic Cube, and then it cuts to the present time, where Steve Rogers has been rescued from the ice, and he's lying in bed, and he's in the bed for the scenery that makes it look like the old days, and they're trying to, like, you see Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury is trying to break it to you easy, and he freaks out because he knows on the radio that something has already happened. He thinks something was off, so he runs into he's in New York City, but now it's 70 years later. All the everything's different to him, and that's when Nick Fury comes in, says that you've been asleep for nearly 70 years, and then that's when after the credits you see the first teaser for the Avengers. So Captain America, the first Avenger. I do like the movie. I got a couple of nitpicks here and there though, but didn't make me hate the movie. It's just I can tolerate it though. Like the nitpick, like I said, there's the music for the thing though, but I thought it was kind of one thing I mentioned. I think it was kind of slow. It was kind of slow in some spots though, because it's like almost over 2 hours though. But it was slow a little bit in spots though. But oh yeah, I forgot to mention Stanley's cameo as when Steve Rogers didn't show for his promo shot, and a guy comes in, and you see Stanley's character is like, I thought he would be taller. So I thought that was kind of slow at spots, and you don't see Steve become his transformation. I think probably about 30 minutes. I would say. I know you don't expect to do it right away because it's building up though, but still. But I don't think it's probably like maybe 30 minutes or give or take though. But and Captain America, he didn't get to quite do much though, because since you got this though, which I'll talk about though, but he didn't quite do as much. I mean, he gets to use he throws a shield and bounces off a couple of bad Hydra soldiers. Or well, he did get in that nice decent fight with the Red Skull at the end on the plane. Got a couple punches on the Red Skull on the I forget what it was, the walkway. And he knocks out a couple guys while infiltrating the base to rescue the prisoners. But of course he'll get a lot to do in the sequel though, which I will get to. But other than that, Chris Evans, I thought he did a great job, and I also liked his costume for in this film, which he does get to wear again in this film, which I will get to. But Chris Evans, I thought he did a fantastic job as Captain America, and he always has right now. Because at first, before the film came out, and I saw it in theater. At first, I was not sure because he was playing another character, Johnny Storm, from Fantastic Four, though. But I'm not sure no more because I thought he plays it. Right now, I love him as Captain America, and I hope he continues to do more as Captain America. As I thought he's just continuing to impress me so much. Now I'm not gonna get into that part though, so forget about that part. But the rest of the cast, Hugo Weaving, I thought he did a great job as the Red Skull. I thought he was a good choice to play the Red Skull. He looked the part, and the makeup effects, the prosthetic and stuff, was good looking makeup effects on him. Except, like I said, they did with they digitally out of the nose because make him seem like he has no nose because that's what the Red Skull is, and a little bit down here is what they said on that feature. Like I said, you can look it up on the YouTube. This is the making of the Red Skull. I don't know the slight modifications is here, but for the most part, the look and the makeup and stuff, prosthetics, very well done as Hugo Weaving to make it looking like the Red Skull. Tommy Lee Jones, I thought he did a great job as well. I liked the lines that he said, made me chuckle. Hayley Atwell as Peggy Carter, I thought she was fine as well. The show Agent Carter, I didn't mind at all. That's not that terrible as my brother says because he saw like a couple of one or two episodes and he disliked it. I don't know what he talks about. Because he doesn't like, oh, it's about Agent Carter, It's about her adventures back in the old days. But I still think that Hayley Atwell played fine as Peggy Carter as well. Still, Sebastian Stan, Dominic Cooper, Stanley Tucci. I thought he was fine. The rest of the cast, like I said, Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, Neal McDonough for the role he played as Dum Dum Dugan. The directing by Joe Johnston. I thought that how he made the 1940s look. I thought it was pretty well done. Like I said, like for the Rock, which reminded me of the Rocketeer. The score by Alan Silverstreet. Because I know this guy's done a lot of scores, a lot of movies I like. One of them is actually Volcano, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I have to review Volcano sometimes because. Now, maybe next time. Well, Volcano was 97, so maybe next year I will, because it'll be for the 20th anniversary edition. But the score, because Alan Silverstreet's score is a notable name, because he's done scores for films I do like I said, Volcano, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. The score in this film, I want to say subpar, because I would say it's not much the score, though, but I don't think it's not horrible. It's not terrible. I thought it was there. Not horrible, but it's there. Okay. Anything else? Well, I said it was slow at some spots though. Because it's a little over 2 hours though, but Chris Evans, because when they made the film work, it was the cast in the film, and I thought they all played their parts really really well, especially Chris Evans and Hugo Weaving. Like I said, that cliffhanger with what happened to the Red Skull, we'll never know because they haven't done anything since. But maybe one day though, probably another 5 years though, but I don't know. And the film did did well at the box office, and especially critically as well. Sorry about the cut there, but as I was saying, Captain America: The First Avenger, I do like the first one. Just for like I said, for overall what I said, the cast and directing, but although I would disagree, this is the best superhero movie ever. I would disagree though. I don't think it's not the best superhero movie ever though, but there's a whole bunch of ones that I do enjoy. So, but I don't think it's not the best superhero movie ever. But yeah, but overall I do like for Captain America: The First Avenger. So Chris Evans doing great, doing a fantastic job. And then so hopefully you enjoyed the review of this one. And then by the next video, which I will review on the sequel that I do love even more than the first one. So I do love this one. I can't wait to review this one. So, but as for the first one, I do like. So thumbs up I give it a thumbs up. But anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next movie review, and stay tuned for the review of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Later.